Hafa, welcome to Weekend Edition. I'm Crystal Paco, so glad you could join us. 30 years after the signing of the Compact of Free Association, one longtime political observer says the Federated States of Micronesia did well in its landmark deal with the United States. Nestor Lacanto reports.
Former Congressman and current University of Guam President Robert Underwood has written extensively about the FSM over the years and says it's even progressed quicker than Guam.
So when you look at the trajectory of political status development, at one point in time in the 60s, it looked like the Trust Territory of the Pacific Islands were way behind and Guam was a lot closer and had a great deal with the U.S. And then over time, everybody just kind of leapfrogged along, and Guam is still essentially in the same situation it was in the 60s.
Underwood says he believes the U.S. will strike a new deal with the FSM before the compact expires in a few years. That's because China is already making overtures and building relations with the Federated States that the U.S. cannot ignore.
It is crucial to maintain a friendly partnership with the Federated States of Micronesia, because that's a big hole in the middle of the ocean to manage. I think it behooves U.S. planners to try to figure out how to cement this relationship and keep it going, rather than worrying about accountability or trying to get them on some important points, but certainly minor in comparison to the overall strategic posture that we face here in the North Pacific.
Underwood says the biggest hurdle to the FSM's economic development is its aversion to foreign investment. He says the FSM could accelerate its growth and bring home its citizens who left for other countries if it were more open to outside capital. For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lacanto.
The Judiciary of Guam appoints a new magistrate judge. Attorney Jonathan Kwan's name has been transmitted to the Guam legislature. With experience in the government as well as private practice, Kwan was one of 3 candidates submitted to the judiciary for consideration by the Guam Bar Association. He currently serves as solicitor to the Guam Police Department and is a captain in the Judge Advocate General's Corps of the Guam Army National Guard. Kwan follows Magistrate Judge Alberto Tolentino, whose second 4-year appointment ended earlier this month. Too young to serve, but so grateful for those who fought bravely in the armed forces. That was the sentiment felt at Teton High School earlier this week. Carmen Terlahi reports.
It may not be the first year we celebrate Veterans Day, but for Teton High, Thursday was the first celebration with a Reserve Officer Training Corps program. Proud to serve, Marthelina Anaj and Devin Santos, young cadets at Teton campus, say being a part of ROTC is the first step for their future career.
Not only does it affect your future and benefits you, but it also teaches you discipline. I want to go to the U.S. Army because I want to do infantry.
I joined ROTC because it's been my dream to join the Air Force. The Air Force it's between the Air Force and the Marines.
Honored at the ceremony for their service, veteran teachers are a source of inspiration for Cadet Anaj.
My last instructor, he motivated me a lot, and his name is Sergeant Iglesias. My Algebra 2 teacher, Miss Dims Nicholas Diaz, she did the Army Reserves.
Senior Cadet Santos says he's grateful for all those who have served before.
I just want to thank the veterans because I want to one day join the military. So it just makes me feel really good that we know there's people protecting us every day.
Happy Veterans Day. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Carmen Victoria Terlahi.
Recently, the Guam Medical Society held their annual medical symposium at the Dusitani Guam Resort. The event featured off-island presenters who spoke on important health topics affecting our region, with several island healthcare providers in attendance. With more is Joan Aguncharfares.
Ahead of the pack, innovations in medical practice was the theme of this year's Micronesian Medical Symposium. Hosted by the Guam Medical Society, the event, which is in its 9th year, aims to provide continuous education for our healthcare providers, physicians, nurses, and other allied health professionals. The annual event featured local and off-island experts who presented lectures on topics including dermatology, end-of-life care, reproductive medicine, hematology, and oncology, and more. Dr. Susan Mercado spoke about the transformative communications technology for health.
We can provide more knowledge and understanding to people through communication technology, But we also have to address attitudes and beliefs. Because many times people act not on the basis of their knowledge, but on what they believe, or what their attitude is, or what the belief of their mother-in-law is.
Other presenters included Dr. Lewis Cruz, who spoke about the management of knee pain, Dr. John Maddox, who discussed advanced care planning and advanced directives, and Dr. Joel Rubio, who talked about modern medicine. The symposium falls in line with GMS's mission of promoting the delivery of high-quality health care on Guam, and is founded on 4 core areas of work: continuing professional development, community service and outreach, advocacy for health, and self-care for health providers. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Jonah Gonchafris.
And now for this month's Good Neighbors segment, featuring a Good Samaritan in our community and highlighting their everyday acts of selflessness. This month, we meet 2 young ladies. They'll melt your hearts with all while serving you some of the island's best ice creams and yogurts.
The Good Neighbor, presented by Title Guarantee, Guam's first, oldest, and most experienced title and escrow company.
They serve nothing but the best: ice cream, yogurt, and customer service.
All about it. Yeah, we're all about it. We have to.
We all get daily emails about how to perfect our customer service.
Yeah, we always work on perfecting it. And we always have to, in any of our products, we always make sure that our customers are satisfied with it. Mm-hmm. If we give them their ice cream and they happen to not like it, they can always feel free to come back and switch it out.
So yeah, Cold Stone's first priority is all about customer service.
And their superb customer service extends beyond the walls of the shop. Last month, 19-year-old Milani Rasmussen and 22-year-old Joanna Kaasi worked the morning shift at Cold Stone Creamery Yogurt Bar at the Guam Premier Outlets. Their routine is to clean up after every customer. One man that day would come and buy some yogurt. He'd accidentally leave behind a big wad of cash.
And after he left, we did what we normally do. We go and check around and see what we need to clean, and then we found
this cash on the floor.
Cash in front of our register.
Yeah, and at first we weren't sure if it was his, so we were like, oh, is this his? And then so while he was still closed, we ran after him.
We didn't really count. We didn't count it at all. We just found, we were like, oh, someone dropped this money. Yes. And we're like, maybe it's that guy that was the only customer that was here the last time we saw the store clean. So we're like, okay, go after him. And I had to stay back and watch the register.
Yes. So yeah,
we were like, go, catch him.
All the way to the theater, the man and his $100 in cash reunited. His gratitude would exceed the girls' expectations.
He came by the store after the day it happened, and then he spoke to one of our managers in there. He asked who worked on that day, and yeah, they sent my name and her name, and then I think he sent a letter to the corporate.
After writing a note to management, the man would call KUAM and nominate these young ladies for the Good Neighbor Award.
It feels great, yeah.
Yeah, I really wasn't expecting it. Like, our manager just came up to me when I was at work one day and he goes, hey, remember that time that you guys found money on the ground? Yeah, he's really thankful, and we really were just expecting a simple thank you. Yeah. That would have been fine.
When asked why they did the right thing even when no one was looking, they said,
it's just the environment that we actually work in. Like, a lot of people, we don't take each other's things. Like, our coworkers, we can leave our stuff around and nobody will take it.
Yeah. It's just a normal thing for us not to take anyone's possession if it's not ours.
The girls are both students at the University of Guam, one with dreams of becoming a nurse and the other a teacher. Perfect considering they obviously have a passion for helping others. As a recipient of this month's Good Neighbor Award, Title Guarantee will donate $100 to a charity of their choice. Their pick? Harvest House, a nonprofit that helps meet the needs of foster families and foster children on Guam by providing for their physical needs, spiritual encouragement, and emotional support.
It's really about the children. Yes. I mean, in my experience, or even if I just, we learn things about this in school, and we see how, even in movies, you see how bad some children are having it and how they can't do anything about it themselves. They can't just go out and move, especially if they're just children. So
Visit the KUM News website or app and let us know who is deserving of this award and why. A winner will be selected every month. Additionally, Title Guarantee will also reward the monthly Good Neighbor winner with a cash prize to go towards a local charity of their choice. Here at KUAM, we're always working on giving you constant connectivity to the stories that mean the most to you. So we're proud to announce a new member to our family of apps to let you stream our content anywhere you are, whenever you like. Here's Jason Salas with an overview of our new app for Roku.
The brand new KUAM News channel for Roku streaming devices is available now for free. It's a great way to enjoy KUAM video content on large digital displays when you're on the couch, at the office, in class doing a presentation, away on a trip, or even at a friend's house. Our channel features HD video of your favorite local shows, segments, and series, up-to-the-minute weather conditions and forecasts, and powerful search of the massive KUAM News video archive. Whether you're using a Roku set-top box, a connected Roku TV, or a portable Roku streaming stick, you'll have instant access anytime, anywhere you are. Okay, I know what you're thinking. Enough marketing speak, Jason. Let's now get you set up and streaming. To install, enable our channel from the Roku Channel Store and add us to your profile across any of your platforms. You can do this directly on Roku's by browsing the news and weather category of the Channel Store. You can also add us on the Roku mobile app for iPhone and Android, or in a desktop browser for your profile page on Roku.com. Now, once you are set up, you can use the Roku remote control either in the app or with the physical control to play, pause, rewind, forward, or skip or scrub within a clip. You can also use the directional buttons to move the playhead within a clip's timeline itself. So, you want to head over to KUAM.com and check out our Getting Started with Roku guide, add our channel on your Roku device right now, and swing by our special in-store demo next Saturday at the Agana Shopping Center, where we'll be doing special giveaways of Roku streaming players alongside our friends from IT&E. We'll see you all there. For KUAM News, I'm Jason Salas.
Stay tuned. More when Weekend Edition returns.
There are more ways to experience KUAM News than any other source on Guam. Download the KUAM News app for your Apple or Android device for 24/7 news, sports, videos, weather, streaming with KUAM radio, and important news alerts. And stay connected at home with Guam's first app for Apple TV. All available now from the App Store.
We value relationships. Because when we commit,
I love you guys until you're 80, until you're 90, until you're 100, forever.
We are in it for the long run. So you can enjoy the moments that matter. Because when we commit to relationships, we never stop caring. Calvo's Select Care, health care that is always there for you.
Find your reason to celebrate with a brand new Samsung Galaxy Note 8 at IT&E.
If you get nervous about having dental treatment, you're not alone. An estimated 35 million adults experience anxiety or nervousness at the simple thought of visiting the dentist. As your dentist, I strive to make your visit as painless or pain-free as possible. And I frequently tell my patients that in the 21st century, if we can give you medicines to put your tooth to sleep or medicines to take an infection or toothache away, we can surely give you something to help relax you and take all fear away. No one ought to sit in a dental chair thinking of bad childhood memories or fearing injections. If you're a dental coward, but you really do want your teeth fixed, don't wait until the pain is killing you. Come in, tell us your fears, and set up an appointment. We have convinced many that dental treatment doesn't need to be scary anymore. For your helpful dental minute, I'm Dr. Kenny Bourgeois of Paradise Smiles. You shall never know all the good a simple smile can do.
Aloha and welcome back to Weekend Edition. This is Rehash, where we recap the big stories of the past week. And one of the biggest stories this week actually came from Nick. Nick, what was that about?
Yeah, Chris, so it was a story from a visiting USS Roosevelt sailor who had the time of his life, apparently, a drunken night, and went into a rage over at a store at the Nikko Hotel after that night. And so he was arrested and charged for destroying the property there. We included, the security video inside and spoke with the management about how that was just a frightening moment for the lone store worker that was there early that morning, that Friday morning. And so, of course, he's been charged locally but been released and left with the ship, and now it's for the military to decide his fate.
And, I forgot to announce or mention that we have a new face here on Rehash. This is Carmen Turlai, our new reporter. She dares join our team, and I know we kind of threw her into the ocean with just a life vest. But what were you up to this week?
Yeah, so my favorite story this week was the story about food trucks. So local food trucks were ushered off of their property in Agania, and it was really interesting to speak with the owners and how this has affected their business. We even spoke with senators, so we got to have a good balance of all sides of the story. Many of them cited safety reasons, which is understandable, right? But I think for me the most important part of the story was what it would mean for the future of local small businesses on Guam. And so kind of looking back to it, I hope to see development of this story in the future.
And they did propose an alternate solution, right? An alternate site.
Yes, they proposed an alternate site near the Academy of Our Lady of Guam, and I know some of the local food truck vendors were interested but a little skeptical as to would this really be the same? Will we have the same business, right? So all of these logistics are being kind of figured out by both sides, so that's really cool to follow.
That was a really good piece. Good job.
Yeah, and I really hope that we can continue to see small businesses flourish, especially because I really enjoy some of these food vendors. You see them around.
I love it so much.
But myself, before we get to Jason, who will lighten it up, I covered a big trial at the judiciary of Guam. It was actually one of the fastest trials I've ever experienced, especially for a manslaughter charge. Again, 3 men were arrested late last year for the death of Brian Cruz. He's a very popular bodyboarder. He passed away last year after he was discovered unconscious in the back of a car. And so earlier that night, he happened to have a drunken night with friends, and his friends were actually arrested in connection to his death. And again, his friends were J.C. White, Richard Regadio, and Alfredo Castro. So what ended up happening was, one by one, they started to resolve their case. So Richard Regadio, he entered a plea agreement with the government. Mr. Castro ended up being acquitted of the charges because he was charged with kidnapping. And interestingly enough, the judge, determined, hey, there wasn't enough reason to charge him with kidnapping, dropped the charges. So it was just Mr. White left to face a jury. And oh my goodness, I had just finished writing the story and was called back to the court, not even 2 hours, I want to say, and jurors had already returned with a verdict. And it was really surprising. It was not guilty for manslaughter, not guilty for negligent homicide, but guilty of aggravated assault. And again, JC was seen on surveillance footage punching Mr. Cruz in the head and knocking him unconscious. But again, aggravated assault carries about 0 to 5 years in jail. We'll see later this year when JC's actually sentenced. And that's going to, oh no, not done yet. Jason.
Little old me hanging out over here. Well, you guys know me. I reported absolutely nothing this week, but we did build a conduit that actually carries your guys' very fine work out and gives it to the community, because we have a new app that is out on Roku streaming players. The little dongles you can plug into your TV if you actually have a Roku TV where the software is actually built in, or you may have like a streaming set-top box. You can take it anywhere you go as long as you have an internet connection. If you got really good Wi-Fi, you can watch our content anywhere in the world. It is super, super cool. It's like an Apple TV, but cheaper, same features and everything. It's available in the Roku channel store right now. So please go get it. Just search KUAM News. You will not be disappointed.
So many ways to watch our news program. And if you have any for us, you can email us at reporters@kuam.com.
It's Hyundai's Kick Off the Savings event going on now at Cars Plus and Mighty. Score big, save big with the all-new redesigned Hyundai Sonata Hybrid. Gain those extra yards with up to 45 miles per gallon highway and an introductory savings of $4,500. Or check out Guam's best offensive line, like a new Accent starting at $11,995, or the new Elantra starting at $16,995. How about the new Tucson starting at $19,995? Plus, every new Hyundai gets Guam's best warranty. It's Hyundai's Kick Off the Savings event at Cars Plus and Mighty. Cars Plus, driven by you.
The Down Syndrome Association of Guam exists to support families of individuals with Down syndrome.
We're a group of parents who have children with Down syndrome and know the joys and challenges of raising them. For more information about the health, development, and education of a child or adult with Down syndrome, please contact Vicky Areola at 472-6114.
When you know what you want and you want it great, look no further than Ruby Tuesday's new Steakhouse Sensations menu. Choose from a 20-ounce dry aged prime bone-in ribeye or an 8-ounce filet mignon tenderloin. Either steak seared to your preference and served with 2 specialty sides, like Denancy mashed potatoes, grilled asparagus, or roasted Brussels sprouts. Enjoy surf and turf and add a succulent lobster tail or tender grilled salmon fillet to complete your meal. This plus a whole lot more. It's Steakhouse Sensations for a limited time and only at Ruby Tuesday, Guam.
How does tourism work for Guam? Half a day!
Half a day!
Tourism tax dollars fund improvements around our island. Tourism helps maintain our community centers and public parks. Tourism dollars are invested where it counts, promoting village shops and locally made products. Tourism keeps the spirit of our past alive through restoration of historical sites. Tourism supports environmental efforts that protect our natural resources. Tourism improves our quality of life. It helps make Guam a better place to live, work, and visit. Tourism works for Guam.
Recently, the community's involvement, that's you out there in TV land, were able to provide critical information to the Guam Police Department to help solve a crime. It was a vandalism at one of our island's most cherished landmarks. Sergeant Paul Tapao is here, and we are going to talk about how this happened. Because, Sarge, you always tell us that our input is so essential to helping you guys do your investigations. How did this all go?
It really was just the power of social media. You know, the victims and I guess surrounding community members, they took photos of that, and it was just the anger and frustration about what had happened out here on Route 16, and it spread through social media. And fortunately, what had happened was that they were able to identify the markings and the graffiti that was left, and it took the community to come forward to actually bring us the closure to the case, and we were able to take a minor into custody for this crime against the community. And this wouldn't have been possible if it wasn't for the community involvement. And of course, the Crime Stopper stresses that, to the T about community getting involved. And we need the community's help with our ongoing crime situation and what we're facing. And we won't be able to accomplish this without the community taking a step forward and understanding that they play that critical role for safety and security within our beautiful island.
And you and I, we always go back and forth with this because you and I are the same age, but we say, Guam was different way back when, during our parents' times. Millennials are different right now. But the one thing that all Guamanians have is we respect each other's property, and when people vandalize things or they tarnish somebody else's property, we really take that to heart. So that's when people really get involved.
Yeah, absolutely. Pride plays a big thing, and what we're starting to see is that the community has opened up now. With the efforts with our Neighborhood Watch program, with our community outreaches, with our Coffee with a Cup, we're starting to see the community come forward more than we've done in the past. And our officers are absolutely inundated with the information that we're beginning. The success of the Mandanya Drug Task Force, that wouldn't have been possible if it wasn't for the community's efforts to understand that we're faced with an epidemic with drugs on our island. And the recent vandalism that happened out here, I mean, that's just testimony of the community taking a stand against crime in our island. So we applaud you, but we can still do more. There's still room for growth, and we want to encourage anybody or everybody out there that has any information of any criminal activity, call the Guam Police or utilize the Guam Crime Stoppers. Complete anonymity, and you can receive a cash reward. So that's the beautiful thing about it. Well,
speaking of which, I understand our crime of the week this week is a game room that got hit that you need information on.
Yes, this week is a strong arm robbery that happened during Halloween, and it's over at the 24-hour game room on Airport Plaza in Tumuni.
Okay, everybody, let's check out how you can help.
On Tuesday, October 31st at around 8:30 p.m., officers assigned to the Tumon Tumuning Precinct Command responded to a robbery at a 24-hour game room located at the Airport Plaza in Tumuning. Preliminary reports reveal that around 8:27 p.m., a male wearing a black hooded sweater, a red cloth covering his mouth, and dark sunglasses, blue jeans, armed with a black rifle, had entered the establishment demanding money. The male suspect was seen fleeing on foot towards the rear parking lot of Airport Plaza, and the Guam Police Department is asking the help from the community. If anyone has any information about this crime or any other crime, you can call our 24-hour hotline at 477-HELP, that's 4357, or submit a tip online at guam.crimestoppersweb.com. All calls will remain completely confidential, and a cash reward of up to $1,000 could be paid if the information provided leads to an arrest and a grand jury indictment. Your call does make a difference.
All right, Sarge, good segment as always. I want to say, a lot of people have come up to me. I'm sure they've come up to you. They come up to you all the time, and they were saying, "Thank you for those Halloween tips. You know,
yes,
how to dress. You know, especially like how to make sure that the dog doesn't bark. How not to scare the dog."
Yeah, I was pretty much overwhelmed with a lot of people who the community members who came up and they were like, "Wow, those were really good tips and everything." And anything that we can do to spread the message about safety and security. So, the holiday is upon us. So be expecting more safety tips coming from your local Guam Police Department, and of course the partnership with KUAM.
Outstanding.
Thank you.
We are one team. And I just got to ask you, how good does it make you feel when you see all these little kids go in and they say, "I want to dress up like a police officer, or I want to dress up like a firefighter"?
It just means a lot. The first responders, they take it to heart when people want to imitate them and become like them. So, thank you again for everything that the community does for us.
Outstanding. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.
All right, please stay tuned, everybody. We are back right after this.
Find your reason to celebrate with a brand new Samsung Galaxy Note 8 at IT&E.
Find the car of your dreams at triplejguam.com. Get a real-time view of every vehicle in our inventory. Pre-qualify instantly and save time at the dealership. Triple J says yes.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
It's Hyundai's Kick Off the Savings event going on now at Cars Plus and Mighty. Score big, save big with the all-new redesigned Hyundai Sonata Hybrid. Gain those extra yards with up to 45 miles per gallon highway and an introductory savings of $4,500. Or check out Guam's best offensive line, like a new Accent starting at $11,995, or the new Elantra starting at $16,995. How about the new Tucson starting at $19,995? Plus, every new Hyundai gets Guam's best warranty. It's Hyundai's Kick Off the Savings event at Cars Plus and Mighty. Cars Plus, driven by you.
And before we close out the news tonight, here's our latest round of birthday shout-outs from the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club. Happy birthday, Pauline Conception, with lots of love from the whole family. Happy birthday to you, Ashley Calvo. I hope your day is as special as you love Whisper and Sage. Happy birthday, Charmaine Kinatsa, turning 32. Happy birthday to my beautiful wife. I love you. Remember, you can be part of the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club by registering online on KUAM.com. Please make sure to include with your photo your name and your birth date so we can celebrate you. And that's all the time we have from all of us here at Guam's News Network. Thanks for watching and have a safe weekend.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E Life in Motion.